Hi everyone, welcome to tonight's team call. It's Thursdays, 4:30. We have Ashley Littlejohn today speaking about living life through a pandemic, mom life, work life, all the things. And for those of you who don't know, she'll share a little more. She lives on a farm. She is so cool, and her whole family life is just like, I'm like, I don't know how you do all the things, but she does all the things. She literally cooks for like everyone in her family every night. She probably won't say that on the call, but she is a badass. And I've learned so much from her just from the last few months of getting to know her. So I'm excited for her to pour into you all tonight. And I wanted to start off with our success starter that I didn't make a graphic for. Talia this last month, her first month of success starter. So for those of you who don't know what that means that she helped 3 people her first month in this first 6 months of becoming a coach. So in 2 more months of doing the same thing, she'll earn her summit ticket, and she'll also earn her spot in the next test group, which is really exciting. And we don't know which test group that will be, but it will be one of the ones coming up. And top coaches of the week, we have Brittany, myself, Gabby, Rose, and Ashley. And everyone that is on the board so far, I wanted to give a shout out for Brittany and Amanda. Those of you that have already helped 3 people this month, way to go. It is only like the 9th. More recognition, so top volume, a goal to have in mind is 500 plus a week. This is a way that will help you also know some sustainability in your business. So this is another goal to look forward to. 200 plus is amazing as well. And Talia, I see you on here, Brianne, Madison, and Vanessa. So I think there's a few new names, which is always really exciting to see. And I know we kind of already shared some wins, so we can do that later. And I also want you guys to know that she'll open it up for Q&A after. So if you have any questions, feel free to type in the chat, but she'll also open it up after and chat for a little bit. But I'm going to make you admin so that you can share your screen, because I know you have some really awesome slides to share with us. You worked so hard on. I'm actually so proud of you, because I know how technology sometimes gives you a run for your money. So.
What, me? No.
Okay, I'm making you host.
Okay.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Yay. You should be able to, you should be able to share and everything. Oh, Ashley, just make sure, everyone's muted. Okay.
Okay. Well, hello. I don't like how I can't see everybody. 1 second.
You should be able to.
My technology, you gotta plug in. Okay. Oh, I'm really sad I can't see everybody's faces. Okay. Well, hello, everybody. For those of you who don't know, wait, wrong one. I'm Ashley Littlejohn. I have been a coach I've been signed up as a coach for a year, but I've been an active coach for probably like 9 months. And my journey has gone through ups and downs and finding my place and figuring out what works right for me. And that's the best part, is that you can make it work the way you want it to work. So today my story is about trying to stay consistent during all of this craziness, and then now being a mom and having to be a teacher. So that's a whole new realm to it. My story is basically I've always been thicker and always struggled and always yo-yoed and gone in and out of finding my place of like where I was happy. Like trying to work out, doing the fad diets, yo-yo things, just taking random things to like shed the weight, but never doing it like the right, and like working on myself on the inside as well. So when I was pregnant with Raleigh, I was like, I'm going to work out this whole pregnancy. And I watched Emma and then my other friend too. And I was like, look how cute they are working out and all these times and everything. And so I didn't work on my pregnancy. But then I continued to watch them on their journeys. And one day I got the invite and they were like, hey, I see you watch my stories and you know, would you be interested in doing this? And it was with a different girl at the time, but she's not like really into beach body anymore. So I went with her, and she asked me if I wanted to be a coach, and I was like, oh my goodness, no, I can't even like work out good. I don't want to be a coach. So I worked on myself first and started my journey. And then right when I was done with the 80-day obsession, I became obsessed, and like it all started to click. And all the girls were at Summit, and so I was watching their stories, and I was just super intrigued. I was like, I get it. Like their slogan is "You belong there" or "You belong here," and like better together. And I was like, I understand now. So I kind of shifted away from the girl that I was with, just because, not any mean reason or anything. She just wasn't present in the journey, and I just knew I needed somebody that like I could lock arms with. And so I reached out to Emma, explained my situation, and popped up on our team. And I started in August, but then I kind of like took a step back because, you know, just life and trying to figure it out. And I got scared at first, so I quit kind of. And then January, we'd always talk. And then one day she's like, do you ever still think about this? And I was like, oh my God, yes, every day. And that was kind of like, okay, I'm coming back. I really wish I could see all of you guys though. So I came back, and I kind of just put 2 feet in. I had been still sharing like my workout journey the whole entire time. I did like separate off to like a different company, but like I just couldn't share about the company because I couldn't give them any credit for any like my progress or anything. You know, they're like, share your story. I'm like, but my story is to Beachbody. Like I showed up and worked out for them. So put 2 feet in the door and started. And I would say I am like a part-time, I was started out as a discount coach, but now I'm like a part-time coach. And I'm really just trying to juggle that between, I live on 35 acres with my in-laws and my sister-in-law. We're all here. My husband works in the same property, and it's just like a big family thing. I have 2 boys, and my sister-in-law has 2 girls. So we're all together all the time. We're always eating dinner together. Yes, feed everybody. So that has been a hard part of my journey, is trying to stay on track with, you know, nutrition and things like that. But here I am, just trying to make it my own way. So tonight I'm talking about how to like stay consistent and be present in your journey. And really the easiest way is to just be yourself and be authentic. And you go to other people's pages because you're interested in what they're doing, and like you like them as a person or whatever. And so you want their advice and things like that. So I feel like when you just come into this and you're just you, it makes it so much easier. Like in the beginning of this, I would like try to post a story and I would like redo it like 50 times, like so much, it would be like agonizing. And then, you know what, I was like, who cares if my hair looks funny or this or that? You know what, that's just us. And people want to see, they don't just want to see some like perfect person every day. They want to see something real so they can relate, and so they can grow as well, and so they feel comfortable to ask you things. And honestly, just being me and like trying not to delete something over and over because part of it didn't go right, is it. And just like showing that maybe you have beverages sometimes, maybe you have pizza, and that this isn't like a life where you're like, hey, you have to eat this, and this, and you have to work out 7 days a week. No, we're here to be real people and show everyone that this is reachable. This life, I'm like a very like, I like my friends and I want to stay in my little bubble. So the fact that I'm like in love with all the girls I've met on this team is like so big for me. Like when I met Evie at Sari's wedding, I was like, oh my goodness, I met a superstar. I was like, I'm so excited to finally meet you in person. And like, I truly do love all the girls on the team, and I feel connected, and it makes it so much easier to show up when you feel connected to the people you're working with, because we're in this together. The best part about this, like I said, it's your business and you can do it your way. If you want to start out as a VIP and then kind of like learn the side hustle and do that, that's perfectly fine. And that way, that if you have a hard season in your life, you can take a step back and, you know, if you just stay consistent for yourself, and, you know, just even when I did take a like summer, gets crazy, I just made sure I was checking up on like my challengers every day. And lucky for me, I feel like all of my challengers are like my best friends. So it's still like a connection that we have daily. And we just continue to talk. And then like them starting things with you helps you want to do it like consistently. You're like, you're doing MDF, I want to do it with you. So it's just like fun to grow with everybody. And I do have my in-laws built a wedding venue out on our property. So I will eventually be the like on-site event manager. So this summer I thought I was going to have to take off from Beachbody, but COVID really, I feel like, helped everybody's Beachbody business flourish, because we were able to pour into the only place we had was our phones, and we weren't allowed to go anywhere. So I feel like that really helped flourish and like find my space. And we all went through our different seasons of like, we did like wine night every Friday night together, and then we were like, oh my goodness, we're just gonna break out and we're gonna start hanging out again. So we had like our coach sleepover, and that was like one of the things I was like, okay, I see it. Like that was like our little mini kind of summit, kind of. But just being able to be with people is fun to do it on the journey. And then they're like your coworkers, kind of. You get to choose your coworkers. Ways I stay accountable and like, what am I trying to say? Like show up every day is being a part of a challenge group and seeing when people have their struggles and like their wins. You're like, oh my goodness, I can totally relate to that. So that's always nice. And then Zoom is really one of the funnest things. When I first signed up, when I was a coach like last year during this time, I don't think I ever hopped on Zoom. I was like super awkward, didn't want to show my face. But honestly, it's like so fun to get on there and you're like, oh my goodness, they're all working out. I'm going to get my workout in too. And just hopping on and like, you go to a gym with a buddy, but this is even better because you don't have to waste your gas, get in the car and go anywhere and just consume. And then things that like keep me like hyped up or like the national wake up call, the team calls, and personal development. I haven't been as good at it lately, but I love the book. If you're just starting and you're like me and you're like awkward and you don't know how to break out of your shell, like She Owns the Place by Kara. If somebody, I feel like everyone here knows this. You can type in the chat box her last name, but it literally is one of those books that you're just like, oh, I'm not alone. All girls feel like this, and it like kind of helps you like find your place and be like, I'm just gonna own who I am. She talks about wanting to have pink hair and that she couldn't have it, but then she just dyed her hair pink and she was happy ever since. But hopping on the team calls too really helps when, we share our wins and we share our struggles and things we're going through in the different seasons. To know that we're all going through it too is really nice. Just to have that extra way to relate to other people, even if they're not on your, what can I say? Even if they're like not on your challenges or whatever, just hanging out, and talking about things. Sometimes we do digress and we're not always about business, but then that makes it fun and it makes it not ever get bored and get burnt out on it. Another thing to stay accountable is to like track your progress and like share it with people, because honestly, like I did not want to ever share a progress photo. But it's something you should be proud of. And on Instagram, there's all this craziness going on right now about women shaming progress photos, but it's just, that's on them. Own your accomplishments. Like you worked so hard for something. If you want to post a progress photo and say, look it, you're not saying I hated this person, the you before, you're just saying, look at what I've done and look at, you can do this too. And really, it always is like those progress photos are what it's like eye catching, and you get so much, not attention, like in like an attention way, but like people want to, what's the word I'm looking for? Acknowledge your achievements that you worked really hard for. And literally all Beachbody is trying to do is just to end the normal pandemic of people not eating right and like not being active. So for you posting that and showing up, you have zero guilt to, if some Nancy is going to bring that down. Just own it. Own that you showed up for yourself and you accomplished something and you met a goal and you deserve to have the recognition for that. So getting past that has helped me stay accountable and like, you know, saying I started a program and I finished. You know, it doesn't matter if you're the same number at the end. It's just the fact that you did it and you showed up every day and you press play, because the workouts aren't always fun. 80% of the time they're not fun, but in the end you feel so much better, and trying a new one each time and what you're going to go to. Something that I've just been starting was, so I've been like, when I first started, I wasn't a Shakeology person, but I watched a video and the coach, she was like high up or whatever, said the same thing. She goes, when I first started, I didn't like Shakeology, but her coach asked her to try it for 30 days and then don't do it for a couple and see how you feel without it. And I was like, okay, if she's going to admit that she didn't like it either, I'll just try it out. So I did, and I haven't stopped. If you've seen my stories, my son is obsessed with it. I'm getting the older one kind of on it. He's kind of a sweet tooth of not the best sugars. So it's really fun being able to drink something healthy with them. But for the last 9 months, I'd say when people are like, oh, what's Shakeology? I'm like, it's superfoods. It's really good. It has 5 things, you know, I'm like, would say a couple things, but it's not, you don't want to be convincing, because I feel like convincing doesn't always mean it's true, but you want to have knowledge and like believe in what you're taking every day. And if you know about it, then you're more confident talking about it, like knowing that our stuff is plant-based, and like it may not have the USDA organic stamp on it, but we all know that stamp costs $30,000 a year just to have, and that would make the prices go up. So the fact that they don't want the prices to go up, I think speaks volumes. And then the story of it, I'm not sort of repeating it, but it's just a beautiful story the way it's made. And I don't know if you've ever seen on any of your workouts afterwards when it's the guy that's on the show with Zac Efron, when he's like traveling the world to find like the good quality products. It's just like a beautiful story, and it's not just something manufactured in a plant where they don't care about what's going on in it. So what I've been doing is, me and Tucker for homeschool, is I have been researching the ingredients of the products. So that's been fun to learn together, and it's also fun to learn new things. And the ingredients, you know, some of them are fancy words that you can't say, but learning about that, like I've only learned about 2 so far. We'll probably do our other one tomorrow, but I just feel so much better knowing about the 2 things I know about. And when you know about it and you can say it off the top of your head instead of just reading it off of a paper, you're so much more confident in talking about it. And it takes a while to get there. I mean, like I wrote this stuff down and I like forgot in like 5 minutes, but I keep going back and like reading it. And then like I've researched it a couple more times just so that I know what I'm putting in my body. I'm not just saying, here, take this to get like this. So to kind of like wrap up that part, is what we were going to start doing is we want to like have each one of us, if you want to volunteer, research something, whether it be a Shakeology ingredient or it be something you learned from one of our 2 amazing nutrition programs. We each want to share some information, because there are 70 ingredients. It's either 70 ingredients or 70 superfoods in Shakeology. That's a lot. Even if you, why is it not charging? Sorry, I'm gonna die. Even if you did 1 a week, you couldn't get them all done in a year. So I've decided to do 2 a week. And then if we all are joining forces together, we can, in a year, we could know about basically all the products that we have to offer. So my first 2 that I did, Shakeology, everyone will usually be like, that's just a protein shake. Why is it so expensive? No. This is like a total solution that has everything, your vitamins, your probiotics. And, you know, see, I'm still stuttering because I only know about 2 of them. It has just tons of good stuff in it, guys. And I'm just trying to learn. And now that I have started, I feel so much better about what I'm putting in my body. And my mother-in-law, she's vegan. She is plant-based as much as possible. She's a psycho about what she puts in her body, which is good. So I brought this to her, and like I needed her approval to be able to say, my son can drink this, and like be proud to sell it or share about it in return sell it. And she was like, wow, this is really good. So that right there kind of sealed the deal for me. But learning about the other things now is helping even better. So the first thing I learned about, which I put the how you pronounce it on there because it's so hard. And so the first superfruit antioxidant blend ingredient that I learned about was the Acerola cherry. And I go on this website, I like would Google whatever ingredient I was searching, and then I would look at the top 3 places from Google. And the yoursuper.com seems to be, the way it writes it, it's not like in gibberish like medical terms to where you can't understand. Like it shows like the best qualities of it. So the Acerola cherry has so much more vitamin C than oranges, and that's insane because, you know, everyone's like, drink oranges, vitamin C. Helps boost your immune system, and it helps with, I didn't write it down there, but so improves your brain receptors and helps with memory loss. So it was guiding towards like, where's my paper? I want to repeat it, what it said. It's like diseases. So by the Beachbody, you cannot say that anything cures anything because obviously they don't ever really invest in researching healthier products. But they are saying with stuff like Alzheimer's, and then there was 2 other ones, like stuff like that, your brain receptors, it can help, you know, prevent you from getting that in your life. Maybe, you know, I'm not trying to like say it cures it, but it can help that. And there was 2 other ones too. Hunt singers. What's up, bud? Find a snack. Sure, Tucker. What's it called? Yes. So, he distracted me. Alzheimer's and Hunt singers, and there was one other one. It was like it could help reduce your chances of getting that because it's helping your brain stay healthy along your whole entire life. So the other one I did, so on your Shakeology bag, it has like the blends down here. So there's like the protein blend, the superfruit blend. So I decided to pick one from each. And the next one was from the proteins. And I met somebody a while back ago, and they were like trying to be like a bodybuilder, but they're like, the new thing these days, I don't know, baby, is to be vegan and be a weightlifter. And like, you know, everyone's like, you need meat though, you need red meat, but red meat is like super bad, hard for your body to process. It's not healthy. It's not environmentally friendly to like grow a cow, and it's sad. So no, baby. So what is pea protein? It's a yellow pea ground up in its finest form, and I'm assuming that's part powder in there. And it's just so much better for you than red meat, and your body can process it better. And it says it's good for your heart and can lower your risk of coronary heart disease. And then it also, one of the good things, the parts of this that helps curb your appetite is it lowers your levels of ghrelin. I don't know how you say it, but that's your hunger hormone, which curbs your appetite and in return helps you not graze and snack out of boredom. So those are my 2 that I learned about. Yes, after I wrote them down, I like didn't even remember it like 5 minutes later, but I keep going back to it so that hopefully by next year, if someone's like, oh, I'm struggling with this, I can help relay them back to, oh, Shakeology could help with this. So learning about Shakeology, I think, is helping me stay accountable because it's helping me remember to drink it every day. We're making different snacks with it so that my kids are healthy, I'm healthy, and then before you know it, I'll have Casey drinking it. But those are some of my tips for staying consistent and ways to stay accountable. I think I'm going to stop my share now so I can see everybody. That was hard. I was looking at a screen the whole time, guys. So those are just some of my tips for staying accountable. Just being true to yourself, involving your family in it, and if you have kids around, involving your kids in it, and just be confident in what you're doing in life. Because if you've been in this game and you've been doing it for a while, it means you like it here. And if you like to do something, don't you want your friends to be doing it with you? Like, it honestly warms my heart that, like, I don't just have a bunch of challengers that I have no idea who they are. It's like my very best friends coming to me and wanting to do this with me. And, like, I probably, maybe if I didn't have them with me, I wouldn't have stayed as accountable. But, yes, that's my story and that's my jam. But if anybody wants to add or ask questions or anything.
I have a question.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm driving. Okay, so I used to drink green berry Shakeology, and like now that they're getting rid of it, what would you say your favorite recipe is with like chocolate or vanilla?
So like just a regular shake or like dessert, or what do you, just a regular shake?
Oh, just like a regular shake.
So my go-to, if I'm not trying to get results, is a whole frozen banana, like a half a cup of hemp milk, 1 or 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. Himalayan sea salt is a must-have. I will say it, Shakeology is healthy. So it may not taste that good blended with water if you have been a sweet tooth your whole life. So Himalayan sea salt for me cancels something out in there that just, I don't even notice, like whatever that flavor was that I didn't like. And then I add my collagen to it, maybe some ice cubes, and then I do water as well. If I was going to do that for a dessert bowl, I would just leave out the water. And yeah, and then blend that baby up really thick and put some strawberries on it. But vanilla one, you do like this. I like that for a dessert bowl, and then you put chocolate chips in it for at nighttime. It's really like helped have something as like, you just use half a scoop at nighttime kind of, but it fills you up. So you don't go back to that second craving, because I'm a night snacker. Literally, it's so hard for me not to just get up in the middle of the night and want to eat food. Like, I literally have an Oreo on my nightstand from like a week ago. The Tucker was in bed with me, so I had to put it up so he didn't see it when I was eating it. Oh. But yes. And mixing it with an acai packet, if any of you guys like acai bowls. I do that at work, and everybody makes fun of me and calls it my sludge drink, but it's good.
Have you ever done it with a half an avocado?
No, I need to. My friend was just making a smoothie with an avocado, and it broke through her blender and shot across her house.
Oh gosh.
Oh. So I've always wanted to do
pit in there?
What?
Did she leave the pit in there?
It was just frozen.
Oh.
It was hilarious.
That is funny.
Well, it wasn't hilarious because it shot like a shard.
Holy crap. Wow. No, your frozen banana thing is like legit, because that gives it like the sweetness. I actually had a couple of my customers tell me, if anybody runs into this, this has helped. So I've had a couple customers tell me, they're like, yeah, the Shakeology is kind of and it just tastes kind of weird. I said, well, how did you make it? And they're like, oh, I just mixed it with like almond milk or water. And I'm like, okay. First of all, Shakeology, if you think about it like this, if you basically take a multivitamin and crush it and mix it with water, it's not going to taste good. Like, it's going to be bitter, like, because it's highly nutritious, it has that like bitter flavor to it. I was like, so you have to mix it to bring out the other flavors that are in Shakeology already. So doing, like Ashley said, like the frozen banana, the frozen strawberries, the nut butters, like some of those things. And they were like, oh, okay, let me try that. And then they made their own like version of it. And they're like, oh my gosh, it's so good. What the heck was I doing? And I'm like, okay. They're like, that made total sense. Because everyone's like, oh, it has this like bitter, like weird. One person told me it had like a plant protein taste. And I was like, well,
that's good.
It does have plant protein in it. So just a side thought.
I want to add
definitely try
that. Can I add something to that? So I ate fast food every single day. I loved sweet stuff. Chocolate was my jam, guys. Like, I ate it all day, every day. I drank coffee all day, every day. I had like practically like almost an ulcer because of all the caffeine and junk food I used to eat. And I hated Shakeology at first because it just tasted like medicine to me. But I will say you have to find the fruits that are rich in sugar so that it helps not just satisfy the sugar craving, but it also is good for your taste buds, and you have less withdrawals too, because a lot of people get withdrawals when they're switching to a healthy lifestyle because they're not having as much sugar and caffeine, and even from animal proteins too. Like if you eat a lot of red meat and you're switching over to chicken, you can also get a lot of withdrawals from that and headaches and things like that. So I will always, so if anybody's doing vanilla, I always tell them to go for mango or pineapple because it has so much natural sugar that it helps create that, you know, like sugary drink, but it's actually really good for you. And it's like you're drinking a pina colada for breakfast when you drink it with the vegan, the vegan Shakeology.
Wait, with vanilla, you put fruit in it?
Yes, vanilla, you add pineapple, it tastes like a pina colada for breakfast, honestly. And then if you add almond whip, even better. And mango too. Somebody just said, yeah, mango, because mango is my jam. I love mango. But it's so funny because my taste buds changed after I started eating healthy, because I used to just like chocolate. And chocolate was my jam, chocolate Shakeology. But now I don't even drink it. I don't like it anymore. It's not for me. Now I'm like tropical strawberry and even vanilla, and I used to hate vanilla. So just know that you will go through seasons of Shakeology flavors as well. So just had to share that.
Thank you. I am gonna try mango and pineapple. I think I have tropical strawberry coming next. That's what I was trying to get for Tucker so that he can get on it. He kind of likes it when I make, and like another way to involve your kids is just go on Pinterest and Google Shakeology dessert recipes. There's like brownie ones. We made like these oat bars, and like I came home and he'd ate 5 of them. I was like, okay, buddy, there was 2 scoops in there. I don't think you should have that much. You're only like 40 pounds. These are my go-to peanut butters. I don't know if you can see this because I'm light in my house. It's like the Justin's brand, and then this one with a little squirrel on it from QFC. And they're just thick, and like they're a game changer. And I got this toasted marshmallow flavoring because another coach shared about it. It says it's natural, but I don't know if it is. We only use like a pinhead, but it really is good for the dessert bowl.
Also, I wanted to share something really.
Sorry. Just one.
Okay, you go and then I'm gonna go.
Sorry. If you add pineapple to Shakeology, it actually helps with bloat too, because it's a natural diuretic. So anytime that I have been like, it was my birthday weekend and I like indulged, and I sort of got in 2 days, I got rid of all the bloat from the stuff I ate for my birthday. So that's also something you can share.
Pineapple, you said?
Yeah. It's a natural diuretic. So if you have people who struggle with certain things, you can also look up like smoothie recipes for bloating, for whatever it is that they're struggling with. And then you can make a Shakeology recipe for them. Like just,
okay.
That's like, there's like, you know, there's some for headaches, there's some to alleviate bloat, there's some for migraines or fatigues and things like that. And then if you do that along with Shakeology, it's a great way to add value, not just to your customer, but on your social media too. Yes.
People love recipes. Like if you guys find a recipe that you love and you're like, I'm going to do it like this, I'm going to do it like that, share it, because I guarantee there's probably someone that, you know, on your page, it's like a Shakeology hater, because, you know, you're always like, oh, I've heard my friend tried it. But if you're like, no, I swear this is amazing, then it will spark that curiosity of like, oh, maybe it is good. You know, like everyone knows that like I'm a sweet tooth. In the beginning of my journey, I was still eating like a batch of cookies a night. So it's just, you can change. I mean, like Casey's always like, did you not bring any sweets home? And like, no, I'm fine. And he's like, this is not the Ashley I married. I'm like, I'll get you on some dessert bowls pretty soon.
I wanted to say one thing too is we also have the Daily Sunshine, and if anyone wants to, it's not actually just for kids. I know it says it's formulated for kids, but I know like Carl Deichler and stuff, they drink it as snacks like throughout the day to have extra like healthy fats and things like that. And the kids don't like drinking Shakeology with just water, but I will literally put water and a Daily Sunshine in a mug and they will drink it. And I just mix it up. It's like one of the only things they will, but
my kids are picky and they like Shakeology made to the 9, but they will drink Daily Sunshine with just water too. So, and they ask for it every day, either morning or night. I won't go a day without it, or they won't. It's not me actually, it's them. So
I need to try that. Something for Tucker. Maybe he'd like it because of the name of it or something. He's my heart one. Raleigh's a garbage disposal. He'll eat anything.
You know what you can do with the Daily Sunshine? I just did it for Leo actually, and he asks for it like crazy. Buy popsicle molds, mix, blend Daily Sunshine with like a milk. You can, like, I did flax milk because it's got high omegas in it. And I made like, you know, just like a regular serving in these little popsicle molds that I did. It made like, it was just 1 scoop. So he could have like 7 molds and it would still equal 1 like Daily Sunshine. And he asked for them all the time, and he's like, I want a popsicle. And I'm like, I don't feel bad giving it to him because it's not loaded with sugar. I know it's really good for him, you know. So that's been really fun incorporating that with him too, because he asks for smoothies every time he sees me make one. But in the hot summers, it's nice to be able to just like have a sunshine popsicle instead of buying something at the store and worrying about what's in it.
I know, I'm terrible. I'm like, oh, don't give my kid that. Like when we go camping, he like walks home over with a Gatorade. I'm like, where'd you get that? Here's some hydrate. Don't drink that. And other ladies there are like, this lady's weird. Like, no. You need to know what you're putting in your body.
Do you know what, have you actually done the research on Gatorade, like even Gatorade Zero?
No, I've just never been a fan of drink. I haven't like been a soda person since like a sophomore in high school.
Okay, so I want to know because my husband drinks Gatorade like crazy, and I'm like, okay, this obviously, it's, you know, okay, the sugar, yeah, great, but the Gatorade Zero is like no sugar. So I was like, I'm doing the research. I want to know. So I found out that it has like sucralose in it, which is basically another version of Splenda. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know this, but Splenda or sucralose will actually kill your gut bacteria. And I was like, that's interesting. So the more that you ingest, what? Good
or bad though? Like bacteria?
It kills off like your gut bacteria, like your good bacteria that like helps you like digest things. It will kill that off. Like, oh, well, that's interesting to know. You know, like that's might be why some people feel like bloated, or they, you know, like just don't feel good after having a Gatorade or drinking it often enough, because they're killing off their good bacteria in their gut, and that's what causes them to feel bloated and just, I don't know. So it's just crazy to me. I was like, oh my God, please don't drink that. Get it out of this house.
That's the saddest thing is like the ingredients in our food, and then it's when people are like, oh, this is FDA approved. I'm like, I honestly don't care, because do you see what they let them put in kids' food? Like, it's so sad. Like, I'm like, this is just insane. And I know you can't get past all of it. Like, you're going to have to let the bag of Cheetos slide and something one time. But if you're fueling your body with good stuff 80% of the time, the bad stuff's not going to taste. 6 scoops a day? What are you guys talking about?
I'm talking about bevy. Like, how many bevies is too many bevies in a day? I
was so sad. I was like, I have no more bevies. And Tucker's like, what's bevy? I was like, it's my tea drink I really love.
Well, Bentley's obsessed with sweet tea from Chick-fil-A. So I'm like, sweet, now I have lemon. And Lily loves it now, too. So she's been drinking it. So we've been lemon sweet tea. Well, that's what we're calling it.
Tucker drinks it, too. He's like, I need some of that. I need that. I'm like, no. Oh wait, it says you're only supposed to have 2 a day of the bevy.
Yeah, but they say that for like people that are trying to curb their cravings and lose weight. Honestly, I don't think it's going to hurt you, because everything in it is not something that can hurt you. But maybe for kids, it may not be that great, just because it like kind of curbs their appetite just a little. So just cut the packet in half and you'll still get like the flavor, and they can have it 4 times.
I still don't even think it affects my appetite. It just affects me like I try to drink like a whole big glass of water before a meal, and I feel like that gets me fuller. With bevy, I'm just like, give me more. This is delicious. And I am not a tea person at all. Like, teas are not my jam. I don't like non-herbal tea person. I like the little note on the bag. I've wanted to get it for that, but I just can't. But Bevy is my jam. And I don't even like Arnold Palmer like that. Somebody said, was it you, Bevy? You were saying to mix the pomegranate and lemonade. And it's like an Arnold Palmer, however you say that word. I like being able to see everybody better. Okay?
Literally what I just finished drinking right now.
Jar.
I'm about to have dinner.
Nice. Do you think it helps, Abby?
For me, it has. It really has, because I found my struggle is right before dinner. As I'm making dinner, I want to start nibbling on things. And that's literally when I derail all my progress. Because I'm like, ooh, chips, ooh, almonds, ooh, and then when you track with To Be Mindset, and you're like, why did I eat so many almonds? Like, why did I eat so many? Like, after the fact, I'm fine, but as I'm making dinner, I'm hungry and I'm hangry. So I'm like, I just want to eat already.
You're cooking in the kitchen. I'm always next to the pantry. I'm like, I can have 3 Ruffles. That's okay. But I'm like, I'll have a couple Chex Mix, and I'm like, no. So when you add it up, you had like
you had a whole bowl of something by the time you add it all up, and then I'm like, oh, okay, now I see why the scale went up a little today. So then it's just like, okay, like I need to make sure. So this has helped with that a lot. Nice. That's really where I've struggled. So I usually wait until dinner, right before dinner, and then I'll drink it. And then by the time I eat dinner, I'm actually kind of full. So I actually don't eat as much as I used to too. So it actually does help.
They're outside my house with a freaking huge water truck spraying all the grass everywhere. Because we live on a farm.
I can't even imagine what that's like. I'm trying to wrap my head around it.
It's amazing, but like it affects me being productive sometimes, because I'm like, I want to go have a good time. Like, I came home on Monday. I was like, I'm going to go home. I'm not going to go to Cheyenne's. And she's like, hey, me and Zyra in the pool, come over. And I'm like, dang it, I had chores. And I'm like, just go. But it's fun. Like, for the kids, like, I feel like that makes it worth it. Like, the fact that they get to have each other, and, Tucker and his brother are further apart in age, so him having Bentley, even though they fight like an old married couple, it's still fun. It's just, and we have a 5,000 square foot garden that we like get to go pick stuff from, and that's been really nice. I totally recommend growing a garden next year. Like, even 100 square feet would be normal, because I will say ours got a little overgrown, but like being able to go pick out beets. I mean, like, I got these from my garden, and showing, honestly, one thing is, like, I try to share, I'm bad at it sometimes, but just sharing my recipes and being like, hey, I ate this today. This is one of the healthy, because you don't have to eat healthy 99.99% of the time, but if you just share one healthy recipe a day, I feel like that's a good way to add value and stuff like that.
Jessica's son was so cute. He popped on Zoom like he was on the call.
That's cute. Tucker was on one time. I forgot to close it. And Emma was like, I saw Tucker. He was playing his game, but he didn't know Zoom was up. And he was just like, I was like, did he do anything bad?
Did you see Katie's question?
I like, how many times a day do you go to the venue to get ice? I have an ice machine in my garage. But when we do have parties in July, I fill up the ice machine from the garage in the big igloo cooler, bring it home, then do mine. So, it actually doesn't get used a ton. So the ice cubes on top are really small and they suck because they melt really fast. So I like mine because I'm filling up coolers like crazy in the summer.
Anyone have anything else they want to talk about or share? If not, we can get off. This was so great, though.
Thank you for listening to me ramble, everybody. It was so distracting not being able to see. I don't know why. I just wanted to be able to see everybody. And I was literally looking at a blank slide. Or not blank, but
it's weird. Can we take a quick picture?
Yes, yeah. Can someone take it because I'm on my phone? But Ashley, it's weird. I wonder if it's a Zoom update because I tried to share it earlier and I couldn't see everyone either. So I don't
It's
know.
probably my silly Surface Pro and not my computer that I wish I was on. Technology.
Okay, Evie, are you taking it? Tell us when.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, there's Heather.
There we go. Yeah, you popped in right on time. Okay, I'll tag as many of you as I can.
Okay, wait. Let me get one more too. Let me get rid of the chat box. Okay. Everybody say happy Thursday. Oh, but they're in my house. Talia, do you have a question? I feel like you.
Sorry, I was just gonna share something, but it was really just a win for one of my challengers. I thought it was really cool.
Share it.
So she just texted me through Boxer and she was like, I can't express how good I feel about myself these days, especially after my 10 rounds workouts. And I was like, that's awesome. What exactly do you feel good about? She goes, I just feel stronger. Like I'm getting better at nutrition. I'm not feeling gross. And each workout I do is slowly getting me to where I want to be. I have so much more energy and I want to shout to everyone how good this program is. I just thought that was really cool.
And like, honestly, that things like that help keep you going. You're like, oh my goodness, like you see your coach share the screenshots of text and you're like, when will I get that? And when you literally get your first one, you like have tears running down your face. You're like, I made someone feel the same way that someone else made me feel. And like, just for that, like, closer or whatever, I said this on like the last team call, or maybe a couple team calls ago. Don't ever feel shy about inviting. Like, yes, I know I get anxiety and I can maybe do as much as I should, but people want to be invited. And if you're having fun somewhere, invite someone because it's a compliment. You're not saying, oh, come on this with me just because I want you. Come with me on this journey because we want to be life changers and change lives together and do it with our friends and make friends along the way. Even if you're an introvert stuck in an extrovert life, we can all break out of our shell and show people that results are possible and lifestyle changes. And it's not always about a number. It's just about the way, like feeling a part of something and like being able to help people, even though not corny, it's just genuine. But thanks for listening to me, everybody. Emma, what'd you say I have to do? Can you hear me? Can I unmute you?
Do you have to stop the recording?
Yeah, so how do I do that?
Sorry, the car is a little loud. Just press end meeting for all and then it should stop the recording.
Like exit?
Yeah, when you, at the very end, when you press leave, just press end meeting for all.
Okay. Okie dokie. I hope everybody has a great night and a really good weekend.